and welcome to episode number 86 of the Nintendo Jump Podcast. We're a weekly discussion podcast created for Nintendo gamers by Nintendo gamers. It's February 20th, and we are live with another... Oh man, finally, it's time for a music episode, finally. But before I do that, my name is Daryl, and today I'm once again joined by our DJ, KK. Sergio, how are you, man?
Hey man, I'm doing awesome. Today was the second best day of the year, so you can bet I am doing pretty amazing.
So is the first best day of the year not come yet?
That's correct. It is in 1 month, actually.
What if it's not the best day of the year? What if it's just awful?
Oh no, it's not.
Every day after the 20th, they're all the best day of the year at that point.
Yeah.
And you heard him. Hey, Shy, TJ, welcome back, man.
Why, hello. Thank you. How's it going?
It's going pretty well. How are you doing?
I'm good. I've had a pretty solid day. I got to hang out with Shy Dead a lot, and I'm excited to cap it off by looking like a fool and not knowing any of these songs in front of a live audience.
Excellent. We all do that every time, so that's good. At least we'll have another one. And Kevin, how are you, man?
Man, like last week, I'm feeling very effervescent. I'm doing pretty well. And Shy Guy, I might be in the same department as you. I may get 0 out of a million rates, so we'll see how it goes.
Well, there's only 16, so if you get 0 out of a million, we'll have a problem.
Okay, come on.
Welcome to our 42-hour marathon podcast. Oh, no. Anyways.
Man.
So we kind of already talked about it, but Kevin, what are we doing?
Man, we're going to do 2 things today. We're going to talk about Animal Crossing. I don't know if they're going to say it that way. Well,
you almost went to that Dr. Pepper commercial. It's the sweetness. Yeah.
Oh, man, I should continue with that. And then we're going to go into our music episode number 8. Oh, my goodness. Can you believe that? Number 8. I mean, it feels like forever.
Yeah, and this one is special, but we'll tell you why in a little bit. And if you are just joining us live on YouTube, unfortunately, for anybody who's joining us in the post-recorded world, this doesn't apply. But those live, stick around at the end. We're going to be playing some trivia for prizes. And for anybody who missed out on this one, check us out next time. We'll do something else. So there you go.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
yes.
But with that, we had a little event today. We had a Nintendo Direct, kind of. A specific game Nintendo Direct. And I would not do it justice, so I think I'm just going to hand it over to Sergio. What did we see today?
We got a Animal Crossing New Horizons Direct, 25 minutes of goodness. And it's so good. Like, okay, so Nintendo is really going with the marketing spiel of basically an island getaway package. They stuck with that, and it's working really well. It works for the people that are new to the series, but also to those of us that have been around, because we have never played on a deserted island before. So this is new to everyone, basically. Bottom line, it's looking really good. The 2 biggest features for me and for most Animal Crossing fans are the terraforming, which allows you to reshape the island the way you want, and the random islands that you can go to pretty much at any time, I believe, and you just go there looking for more materials if you pretty much depleted your island because you're playing like crazy. But I definitely wanted to hear from you guys, and especially from Kevin, what do you like? What was your favorite feature?
And I'm just going to preface this, coming from where I am right now, like in my life, like I'm chasing greatness. I'm trying to be the very best version of me. And I'm always about winning, but I think there's some points where it's like I just want a game that I can just have an island and just chill, relax, not have to deal with the California sun at times. Just have like this game where I can just like progress at my own pace and just find different things and be able to build up my island, build a community, be able to interact with others. I really do like the progression system that they talked about, the Nook Miles app. I think they designed it pretty well. And yeah, I'm gonna give it a chance. They're gonna use the Nintendo Switch Online mobile app, and hopefully it works pretty well with the game. We'll see. I don't know. And I just it I know I played Stardew Valley before. I've like exhausted through my adventures with that, like especially on Steam. But when I hear about Animal Crossing, I'm like, man, I just got to get into it. Like I want this game where I can just forget about winning for a change and just uh, build my own community and be able to interact with others, and like even just like collecting apples and oranges or like
Yeah.
I just want something that's relaxing because like when we think about life, we think about like always wanting to win, but then sometimes you just want to coast, you just want to chill, relax. So this is gonna fill the niche for me for the rest of the year. So, and maybe for more years to go. So that's my spiel on that.
Yeah, so I've made like no real bones about the fact that I'm not the main audience for Animal Crossing, and that's okay. I'm glad it exists because I tend to like the people that like the game, so that's awesome. But playing it, watching this video, I'm watching it going, what is this? Like, and I know Animal Crossing, like I've messed with it before and such. It's not all new, but I'm just watching it like, why? What makes this fun? And I understand that it is, but I'm trying to put it into words like exactly what they've hit on that actually makes it fun. But there were two parts of the kind of a piggyback part of the direct that I was very interested in. And that was the technology that they're putting behind Animal Crossing of all games. It's coming to the Nintendo Switch phone app, the mobile app, right? And they're putting like text to chat features that you can text in your phone app, and it shows up a little ping for your friend. Like what we've been asking for like every game is now in Animal Crossing of all things, and I thought that was cool and also just kind of random, but I do really like to see it, and I like I actually like the infrastructure that they're kind of putting around this game. I shouldn't be all that surprised from the developers of Splatoon. They've
Right.
really learned how to make a living game and a game that gets continually updated and such. But I am happy to see that for this one.
Not to rain on anybody's parade, but I did not really care about this game before the direct, and I still don't care about this game. I watched it. I don't know what I watched. However, I will say I am happy that most Animal Crossing fans reacting to it are happy. And for them, I'm happy. I'm not trying to rain on their parade. This game's not for me, but I'm glad to see everybody is so hyped about it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And as part of the maybe not so hyped club of all two of us right here, I'm gonna be getting the game. I'm going to be playing the game for a little bit. I assume it's going to be voted our game of the month at some point, if we can even compile that game into a month, which I'm not sure about.
Yeah, we'll see.
But I will be getting it and playing it, and I will probably enjoy my time with it. I'm just not one of those that this game is not going to take hundreds of hours from me. I know that, but Sergio, it is for you. So I got a question for you. We did not see anything about this game really for a very, very long time. Obviously, it looks a lot nicer. They've really, really helped the graphics on it. It's got a lot of quality of life improvements. Is this what you were hoping to see for this game?
Yes, definitely. You are correct that we hadn't seen enough. We had seen a couple of new systems and features they're adding. I guess the biggest new one was the crafting, and that was cool. But there was something missing. Like we needed to see more details of what's in the initial package, and I think we finally saw plenty of new things and things that are returning. But I can tell you this: Animal Crossing it's all about a lot of little things. So we saw a lot today, but we haven't still seen everything, and especially because they are kind of hinting that a lot of things are going to come through free updates, timed updates as they were. So they could go even further, and they could just make sure that we get everything that has been in previous games and much, much more. And that's absolutely amazing. it's tough because sometimes I love the direct and I'm really happy, but at the same time I'm kind of really mad that I still have to wait a month to play it. That's what
Yeah.
Animal Crossing does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was there anything that gave you reservations that you were like, ooh, I don't know how that's going to work or that doesn't look good?
No, if anything, it was the fact that we hadn't seen a lot of things, and now that we have, and that we know we might be getting more things through free updates. Oh man, I'm all for it. Hey, even if I have to pay, I would.
So would you want like another like direct sort of like gameplay video like between now and the release, or are you just gonna, be like, hey, I'm just gonna just wait and when the time comes I'm gonna play it? Like are you
Yeah,
are you content? Yeah.
yeah. Definitely content. And Tom Nook is gonna take over Twitter now for Animal Crossing, so we might get a couple more details here and there. But I think every Animal Crossing fan is good to go. Now it's just an agonizing month.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
was watching the video kind of going like with the question marks above my head, like, is this good? Is this fun? Okay. And so I was very curious what the actual reaction would be among the fan base, and actually reading through, man, people are happy. Like people are
Yes.
super hyped about it. So I will make a plea. This is a kid-friendly game. You can make your island in the shape that you want, but let's keep it kid-friendly, okay? All right, there we go.
Yeah.
So
I gotta say though, before we continue, I would not have considered this game at all. Have I not been where I am in my life? If I were still trying to figure out like my own self and who I am as a person, I would not even consider it. I know it sounds kind of strange because like whenever I'm like maybe like sad or depressed, and I tend to gravitate more towards games that feel like makes me more of a winner. Like a lot of RPGs for sure, and but I think because of like I feel I feel like I'm in a good spot in my life right now. Not just like with my career, but like with like my social life as well, where I want it to be. Devoid from a lot of attention that I didn't need anymore, and trying to be more and just be more introverted. I think that Animal Crossing just has that place right now. But yeah, like I would not, like I said, I would not have considered this game have I been in a different part of my life. So I think that I don't know how common that is for people. Like, do you feel like there's just certain games where you just don't want to play it because you're not in that mode right now? You
Yeah.
have to figure out life. And granted, I don't have life figured out. But I think that I'm in a place
That's
where
on next week's episode.
yeah, there you go. Boom.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna cut you off, but because to chime in on that, that's why I don't want to play the game where I am in my life. And I'm not saying you guys aren't busy, but I have so much stuff that I manage and take care of. By the time I sit down at the end of the day, I don't want to simulate life again and manage and take care of stuff and all these fine details.
That's a good point.
I just don't. I'd rather go play rocket soccer with a car or something. and the thought of just like sitting down and going through the small things of my day again, hard pass.
That's a really good point. And maybe, hopefully, I can get to where you are with that. Like, I mean, yeah, I can see why it could be like, oh gosh, I gotta go through life in a game. But man, yeah, gosh, yeah, that rocket powered car game.
it's a pretty good game.
Pretty good, I heard. Yeah,
Pretty good.
Not that you'd know you don't play anymore, Kevin.
Oh, yeah, it feels like 25 years.
So, first of all, one thing I want to say before we move on, if you are listening to us and going, man, two of them are kind of trashing Animal... I'm not, by the way. I'm not trashing Animal Crossing. I'm saying I'm going to enjoy it. It's just not really for me. I think it's a valued game, and I think it, I think it's going to be a lot of fun for a lot of people, and I appreciate it for that. But if you are looking for more Animal Crossing content, Sergio, where can they find it?
So I am the co-host of the podcast of a very good friend of the show, a very good friend of us, Chewy, and that would happen to be Haken, an Animal Crossing podcast, Haken.
Yeah, so there you go. And you will be, I'm sure you will be talking about Animal Crossing for years to come on both shows. So, if you're not, is there anything else you want to talk about from the Direct that you saw today that you maybe weren't expecting or just look really good? Or are you just kind of in cruise control until the 20th of March?
Yeah, in cruise control and emotion control.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm super happy for you, and I'll be super sad to lose you from this show. But yeah, things happen, and we get it. It was the contract we made when we brought TJ on. So there you go. With all that said, I'm kidding. By the way, Sergio won't ever leave us, ever.
Never.
No. With all that said, how about we do a music episode, guys?
Oh man, I'm excited. I don't know what.
DJ, it's your first one. Are you excited, man?
I'm a little nervous, to be honest, but I'm excited to hear some good music.
Oh, we're all gonna fail horribly.
Oh,
did
man.
you submit a game by chance?
I did.
Okay, so you will get one right. So there will be no zeros today.
You'd be surprised.
There might be a zero. I did not submit my music on time. I apologize.
There will be 1-0 today.
There'll be 1-0 today. We'll see. I mean, given my illustrious track record of like not much, I think we'll see how it goes. I don't know.
We will tell some stories. We will have some fun. So here's what we're gonna do. We did it a little bit different this time. This music episode is. We have 8 games lined up with 2 songs apiece. So we are focusing on games that we think have an interesting variety in the music. And this actually came about because the game I wanted to submit for a music episode, I really couldn't decide which song I wanted to go with because it's got a very wide soundtrack, and I grew to kind of appreciate that. Certain games literally don't even sound like the same game from song to song. And sometimes they just kind of the songs kind of color each other in an interesting way, but we're going to focus a little bit more on each particular game. So we're going to go through 2 songs, then we're going to talk about the game a little bit. So I think I'm ready. Sergio, are you ready, man?
Yeah, we're definitely ready. Like Kevin said, we couldn't use all the music that we got. We got plenty of submissions, and thank you, everyone. So sorry about that, but if you did send us something, rest assured we have it, and you are first in line for the next time we do a music episode or even something like this format again. Before we continue, we would like to thank all of the composers, developers, and publishers that have worked on the video games that we're going to be featuring in this episode. Honestly, this couldn't be possible without their awesome work. So thank you. And yeah, if everyone is ready, we can begin.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. So the first pair of submissions is by Oh Me, Oh My. Here we go.
Okay, so that is exactly what I was hoping for. Exactly. Yes.
Oh, good start. I don't remember the second tune quite well. Maybe it's remixed in the newer version of this game. But can I guess it?
Yeah.
I mean, Yoshi's Island, man. I mean, come on now.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
If you had only played the second song, I would not have gotten that. That second song could have came from like a dozen different games. But the first one made me think something in the Mario world, and I thought maybe Yoshi. But that second song, after hearing the first song, it sounded like a Bowser tune toned down. It made me think of Bowser Jr., so I thought Yoshi.
Oh,
nice. I could not tell you what Yoshi game for the life of me, but
it's the Yoshi game, man.
That's right.
So yeah, if you had started with the second song, that actually would have taken me a little bit, and I recognized it. That actually is the Bowser fight from Yoshi's Island, which is one of the coolest things on the Super Nintendo, because you're throwing the giant eggs into away from you into the screen on a 2D platformer, trying to hit this gigantic Bowser that's coming. It's crazy. But we were commenting in the chat that wouldn't feel out of place in like a Contra game.
No, it wouldn't at all. And I think that's the thing, though. I mean, that's why the music is really good, because it can fit in different games. Like Contra, which is like totally different than Yoshi's Island.
But was that the original SNES version? That sounded so good.
Yeah.
That's the Super Nintendo, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
I was like,
Super
That's
Nintendo had
impressive.
a crazy sound chip that most games didn't use properly, and then every once in a while you get like the late age Nintendo games and like the Chrono Triggers and late Final Fantasies and such that just like blow the sound chip out of the water. It's crazy.
oh man, my heart is just I love those tunes. Oh man, SNES, man.
Oh, fantastic pick though.
Yes, very good.
So yeah, Yoshi's Island, developed and published by Nintendo, and thank you, Oh Me, Oh My, for that submittal. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
A great one.
So next we have a pair of songs submitted by Napping Rat. Here we go.
Ooh.
Hey.
Okay, wow, that is
wow.
very, very interesting.
I have a guess, but it's just based on who submitted it.
That's about as good as I think we're gonna do.
Yeah,
Understanding that the quality is a little degraded over the internet. I can't even tell what system this would be on. I'm thrown.
Well, the first one kind of had an underground like sneaking theme to it, and then the other one is kind of upbeat and almost like you've made it to the top, and it made me think of Tumbleseed, and I know Rat's big into that game.
Ooh,
So I don't
that's a good
so
yeah.
I don't know if that's what it's from or not.
It is. You are correct.
That's
Wow.
a good
Right.
pull. Naprat, you're funny. Okay.
I've now gotten more right than Kevin ever has. All right.
Oh,
true.
hold on. I got the first.
true.
I got the first one right. I don't know.
In fairness, everyone got the first one.
Oh man.
But no, to talk about this a little bit, I really liked that. I thought that was very, very cool. It sounded a lot different. We were discussing like it kind of felt like some old movie themes and such, almost like electronic, cyberpunk type vibes. And then the second song was just kind of funky and yeah, I really enjoyed that actually.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just thought of a kangaroo in the second one. I was like, wait. And it was just like jumping up and down, left and right, doing jumps that I may or may not have seen before. When that came on, I was like closing my eyes, but okay, Kangaroo Jack. I don't know. If anyone's watched that movie, you probably should. We all know how prominent Napping Rat is with the Tumbleseed game. He's gotten like likes and tweets from like the developers on Tumbleseed, like probably the number one fan, right? So
Oh yeah, they've hung out. They're BFFs at this point.
for
So
sure.
yeah.
I bought the game and I was going to play it. I caught up on my backlog and then I bought like 13 games in a 2-day span. And sorry, Rat, I'll get to it eventually.
You'll never get to it.
You're not wrong.
Nice. So that was Summit and then Base Camp from Tumbleseed, developed by Team Tumbleseed and published by, I'm going to spell it first and then I'm going to say it, AEIOWU. Ew. I love that word.
Vowels in the consonant.
So thank you, Napping Rat. And now we have a pair of songs by Dragon. Here we go.
Wow, that okay.
There's a prime example of contrast for you.
Yeah, that really is. Here's a scoop. Okay, so it's like you're like this two-faced hip hop artist, right? And then in the first tune, you're like, yeah, you're feeling good. You're in this moment. You feel like you're an angel off an island, not Animal Crossing related. And then the second one, you're like trapped in a nightmare, and in one point, it's like you see yourself rapping in front of an audience, but at the same time, all the negativity, all the the bad things that happened in your life, just like it's coming down like a meteor, and it's not just one meteor. It's like the meteors are multiplicative, and so it's like you don't even know what's going on.
Hey, you used it right.
Yeah, hell,
you used it right.
Hell yeah,
I did that.
You sure did, Daryl. You get the credit, but you know what I mean. Like I don't know how to feel about these tunes right now, but it's like
I have a guess, but it's much like Shy Guy. It's based on who submitted it,
yeah,
and only that. My only guess is a Kingdom Hearts game, but
right?
Well, the opening song made me think of like an RPG where you just learn of some initial conflict and you're going out to figure something out, and then the second song just totally trashed anything I had in mind. I thought maybe Katana Zero because I'd never played that game. The second song made me think of that, but then I thought Kevin would know it and he doesn't.
Yeah,
so.
it's not Katana Zero.
No, that's not necessarily true, Shy. We've slipped some by him before, so
that's true. Faulty reasoning.
Oh gosh, like Call of Duty. Oh my goodness, that was
more than once.
Yeah.
All I know is when I heard Dragon's name, I expected to not get this right, and I was right.
I think we're all to quote the chat right now, to quote Rachel, we're all oofing it on this one. So Sergio, what is it?
Well, yeah, if Kevin didn't know it, we're lost. That was Pokemon Sun and Moon.
Oh,
was it really?
Yeah.
Now, wait, what?
Was it a battle theme? Because that seems to be Kevin's fort.
Yeah, the second one was for sure.
Oh, but
was it really?
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow.
So the first track is Ether Paradise. The second one is Guzma's theme.
Man, I should have paid more attention to that game, but I was too busy thinking about every 5 seconds I got to pet the Pokemons. Man.
I was too busy playing better games, so sorry.
Yeah. Oh.
Sorry. Too soon?
I would just like to shout out to Naprat, who said that second song sounds like all the line breaks Kevin uses in Discord put into sound. Well said, Rat.
Not incorrect.
That was good. That was
man.
good effort. Yeah.
I liked that pick as well. It did not sound like a Pokemon game, so except to some people who played that Pokemon game. So there you go.
Man, got us real good.
So Pokemon Sun and Moon, developed by Game Freak, published by the Pokemon Company and Nintendo. Thanks again, Dragon. We have a pair of songs submitted by Darkus.
Oh, okay.
Call of Duty, right? I'm kidding.
So, any guesses?
Oh man.
No, but it's very on brand for Darkus.
Yeah, if we were guessing who submitted it, I think I'd have a better shot.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, I have a guess. I am probably wrong, but why not? My only real guess, again, by submitter, Blasphemous, maybe?
No.
No, okay.
No.
It's definitely not Doom and Destiny.
No, it may be Doom.
Maybe Doom, but the Destiny part. Yeah, it's. I don't know what to make of these tunes, and I'm gonna be very surprised it's from Call of Duty because I've never heard anything like this.
It's totally from Call of Duty, isn't it?
Oh, please no.
No. It's a GameCube game.
Okay, yeah, I don't know.
Eternal Darkestness.
Oh.
No.
How much do I win?
It has. I guess it kind of has like the same theme, kinda.
What has the same thing as Eternal Dark, like the Resident Evil games, but they don't generally
Is
sound
it
like
a scary
that.
game?
Yeah. I don't think it's supposed to.
All right,
Yeah,
what
what
is
is
it?
it?
What is it?
It is Gauntlet Dark Legacy.
Wow, really?
Oh,
Yeah.
I have not heard that in a while.
You know what? I actually played that game, but I do not remember the music. I mean,
Oh.
at all. But
Wow, that is a
Interesting.
very interesting poll. It's on the GameCube. I do have one. Maybe I should play it.
here's what
I'm
you do.
back. Was Gauntlet that top-down isometric where you could be like the gesture and throw the bombs and stuff?
Mm.
Yeah,
I played the heck out of that game. I did not recognize either song.
Yeah.
yeah. I'm weirded out by this one. Well, I think there were two. If I remember right, there were two on GameCube. I don't know.
I don't recall. Well, I did say it incorrectly. It is Gauntlet Darkest Legacy. That's right.
Yeah,
Yes, Darkest Legacy. Yeah.
Yes.
So I do want to say, I would love a new actual Gauntlet game. I know that they kind of got usurped by like games like Diablo and things, but Gauntlet has like this just this fun arcadey action to it. So I kind of miss that series, to be honest. I know there was kind of a remake, throwback Gauntlet game on Steam a few years ago, but on Switch, when? I don't know.
Yeah. I
Right.
played the one on PS4 when they had it as one of the PlayStation Plus like free games of the month. It was pretty interesting. I didn't know it was like a remake of like the one from before, so it definitely has a big following. But yeah, if it's on the Switch, down to play it.
Nice. So that was Your Worst Nightmare, followed by Desecrated Temple from Gauntlet Dark Legacy, developed by Midway Games West, published by Midway Games. There we go.
Oh man, I did not even recognize the Midway. Oh man.
Nice. So thank you, Darkest. And now we have a pair of songs by you, Daryl.
Okay, I I have a little bit of a disclaimer on this. If you've played this, you will know these songs instantly, but I'm guessing most people have not played this game. Good luck, and I'll see you on the other side.
Oh boy.
Nice. Here we go.
distant land. We're stuck on a whole different planet. No peace looking at the sky. Trouble's always all around, so we stay quick with the guns and cannons. Standing as long as you can until we get all dolls up. Then call our bets off. We'll blow the guitar, dealing with lives messed up. Dark matter, every minute matters. Live a while, other lives shatter. See it go scatter as they pour out. We can handle them. This is hard taking over the cave, unexpected, hard to accept it. Getting marked with death, seeking friends, snatched and darkly possessed. The thought inside, still in the body and wrapped, so only a shell is left. Witness the hell in the flesh, I fight to the death. Screaming, where's the relief? Maybe no more sleep. All swallowed in grief. Images start to stalk my release. I hear voices, but no one talking to me.
It's like I'm washing away my peaceful days anyway. Anyhow, nothing left of the sea. If you were losing your way, you need some protection. Right, I'll get you wherever you go. They could find you with sticky. Wherever you try, just feel like you just can't be there.
So we can sharpen skills, but now we can only feel all the pain and the danger of being real. And we may have to kill just to stay alive, cause they taking away close mates, and we don't know our own fates. We've been tasked to protect and take on roles, but now this black time is moving the damage. It's quick, it moves really fast, cause it covers everything. This wasn't in the profile, so now we have to find a way to win before we die out. Living life on the run with a hand on the gun. Where's the exit? We can't go back where we came from. We can't go back where we came from.
All right, how we feel?
Okay. I've learned from listening to other episodes. This is where I'm supposed to say, is it from a Mario game?
Yes, it's a Mario game.
Oh man.
Well done,
Yo,
Shai.
that's-
Well done.
Oh man. Very good. You know,
Okay.
I don't know the game.
Who needs a hint? Because I'm a host, so I get the benefit of giving hints. And Sergio, you don't know this either, do you?
Oh, I do.
Can I cast like a random guess based
Yes.
on like a tweet you made weeks ago? Is it like Sonic Forces?
oh
Darn.
man.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to give you a few hints, and I'm just going to see how quickly people can get it. This is a Nintendo-published game made by a Nintendo second party
Okay.
with a composer from Attack on Titan.
Oh man.
The second song there was the main battle theme for the game, meaning you hear it hundreds of times playing the game.
Not Dragon Quest.
The first song was an area song. This is in a series that is well renowned for its music, but I feel like this game has the most interesting music of the three game series.
Some obscure
The
RPG.
Xenoblade Chronicles? Wait. Damn it. I forgot your hints.
That's an excellent guess.
That would be an excellent guess.
Xenoblade
Xenoblade
Chronicles
Chronicles X.
X. Oh.
Yes.
Ah!
This is Xenoblade Chronicles X on the Wii U, which, like I said, was composed by the same composer. So let me get his name. I'm going to butcher this. I'm sorry. Hiroyuki Sawano, who composed the Attack on Titan soundtrack. This is very on brand for him.
Oh.
Wow.
But I will say, the soundtrack is like filled with some weird tracks. Like that battle theme is kind of awesome the first time you hear it, and about the 200th time you hear it, you're like, oh, okay, I'm stuck on a different planet. You know, I like you kind of get it, and then by about the 1000th time you've heard it, you're like, yeah, I'm stuck on a different planet. I briefly talked about this game a couple episodes ago on our games of the decade. I intentionally kind of breezed over it because I wanted to talk about it here. I love this game. I really, really, really love this game, and it's one of my favorite RPGs ever. It's one of my favorite games on the system, games from Nintendo, period. It's one of the first games I spent 100 hours in. And it has a utterly phenomenal, varied soundtrack. I honestly could have given you 5 songs that sounded all completely different. And it just, if you guys could listen to the soundtrack, please do. Xenoblade X OST. There's a playlist on Twitter, or on YouTube, I should say. But envision a Xenoblade game, but a Xenoblade game with like futuristic weaponry, so like guns and beam swords, and then eventually you get a mech, and then eventually you can fly around with your mech, and like the first time you get your mech, the first thing everybody does is like fly out of the city called New LA.
Whoa.
The city on this foreign planet, alien planet, and the world is gigantic. Like, if you're thinking kind of in the realm of Breath of the Wild scale, yeah, you're close, actually. The world is huge. There's this interesting like lore about it. There's a lot of stuff that goes on. It's a very, very long game. It's a Xenoblade game, so it's filled with a lot of like eye roll moments, but it's also filled with a lot of just really, really strong gameplay, especially the exploration based. It is the best gaming comparison I have to Breath of the Wild, even though like the combat is different and the story is different and such, but like the sense of exploration you get is kind of similar. Yeah, I love the game. So hopefully I threw a few people off on that one.
It was a great poll.
Yeah.
I had no idea, but like you said, it was excellent music and another great example of contrast within video game soundtracks.
Yeah, I really, it definitely is. And I mean, you mentioned Attack on Titan. That, if for those who know about that anime, it is ridiculously dramatic and very serious. And you said that the composer was from that, like the composer from Xenoblade Chronicles came from
Xenoblade Chronicles
X, right.
X. So this is the only game that he did, and like I said, the series is known for very, very strong music, and I can't argue with that. But top to bottom, if I'm listening to a soundtrack, I'd prefer to listen to this one. And it's got some funny, weird stuff in there. But like that battle theme, it's weird, but I can't stop enjoying it somehow. So there you go. I don't know.
And there's gonna be they're gonna remaster it, right? I mean, later this year, I hope.
No,
that's the
the
first
original.
game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Dang it.
So this is one. If I got all of my requested ports from Wii U, this would certainly be on that list. And about a couple years ago, I may have not have played it again. Now I would totally play it again.
So for Chronicles X, is it like after the first original Xenoblade Chronicles, or is there like a different plot story? Like what's the relationship between the two?
There's not
Okay.
one. It's really not like as of right now. So the Xenoblade has this weird like cross game lore stuff going on. As of right now, X has nothing connecting it to the rest of the series. It's just it's more that Monolith Soft developed it, and it's an RPG in the same style. It's got a similar battle system to the first Xenoblade game, with cooler like non all sword based weapons and such. So yeah.
Sweet.
Nice. So thank you, Daryl. Yeah, those were very different. And now we have a pair of songs by Swilly.
Our favorite Texan. Yes.
Ooh, boy. I think we're all pretty stumped on that one. Shy Guy, you got a guess?
Trails of the Sky. No.
Oh, yo, yes, that was close.
Is it the Link to the Past? I don't know which game in the series it's from.
Correct.
Yeah, no, that's it.
Okay,
Hey,
cool. I haven't played that
points to
since,
Shy Guy. Oh, man.
Yay.
Nice.
Yeah.
We were all, I mean, the chat was just going crazy. Like, every possible game that could have been guessed except for that one. But
Hey, I'm here to get the tough ones.
yeah. I do want to give props to Swilly for picking like the original gaming musical variation. Like, yeah, the overworld and underworld, dark world themes. So
Yeah.
awesome,
Yeah,
awesome.
I really do like the Dark World theme, especially the.
Really? Personally, I kind of like the.
Yeah, I do too. But then something
Sergio, what part do you like? Sergio, what part do you
He
like?
doesn't like any of it, I guess.
He's like, man, I'm just the DJ. Stop it.
He's just being very coy right now.
He's rewatching the Animal Crossing Direct as we do this. He's like, what? Oh, I got to play some music. Okay, I got it.
Okay.
This is how it's going to be from now on.
Back to the
No,
show.
now on, he's going to be literally playing during the episodes.
Man, I'm just wondering, like, did anyone submit Animal Crossing tunes?
We're gonna be talking. We're like, hey, Sergio, what are some of your favorite games from when you were a kid? And like, you'll vaguely hear the. He's like, oh, what? Sorry. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
The first podcast broadcast in Animalese.
Ooh.
Oh dear.
Oh, Swilly, thanks for that pick. I really enjoyed that.
Awesome.
Nice. So yeah, that's where Hyrule Field and Dark Golden Land from Zelda: A Link to the Past, developed and published by Nintendo. Thank you, Swilly. And now we have a pair of songs by Shy Guy. Here we go.
Okay, boy.
So I think this is one of those, again, if you've played the game, I think the music would be instantly recognizable, at least if you've played it somewhat recently. It comes from one of my favorite games of all time and one of my favorite soundtracks of all time. I'm going to guess Daryl knows it right off the bat, so hush you.
Yeah, I totally know it.
Yeah, but
Totally.
Serge or Kevin, you guys got a guess?
I don't have a guess, but I have an analogy.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So no. This one's legit. I mean, the other
Okay.
ones are legit too. But okay. So there's a show, and Daryl has mentioned it before, called Agretsuko. It's like this Japanese anime musical comedy on Netflix. It's about this like pretty much this red panda character who she goes to work and just. It's like in this Japanese workplace, and at nighttime she's like, in her mode, she's like screaming, like and just yelling, and just like doing rock star music sort of spiel. So I felt like the first tune was more of her like, hey, I'm in the office and just trying to, just struggling to survive and just try to be, very nice and gentle and like just be polite to everybody. But at nighttime it's like, nah. I'm gonna let my feelings out, but bam, like just blah blah blah, like just like all out of control, and I'm just like, that's what it reminded me of, and yeah, so right,
So is this a Gretzko, Shy Guy?
Well, I could see, I guess, from that analogy where you're coming from, but no.
yeah, and just to correct, Beck has it right. She does sing heavy metal. It's not rock. It's definitely more intense. So I don't know what the song is. I don't know what the game is, but man, that was pretty dope.
Animals are involved, but they're bugs.
Oh.
Does this game take place in the kingdom of Hallow Nest?
Indeed.
Oh, nice.
Yep, you got it.
Nice.
It's the only game I put underneath. I can speak English, I promise. It's my second favorite game of all time, bested only by Celeste. And same thing for the soundtrack. It's my second favorite soundtrack, only bested by Celeste.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And I said this before. I recognized those songs and I kind of placed where they were from, but for whatever reason, like the soundtrack from Hollow Knight, as it was in the game, has never really resonated with me. Like as I listened to it afterwards, it's wonderful, fantastic. But like as I played the game, I was like, I guess focused on other things. I don't know. It's weird.
See, for me, the music played such a large role in building the atmosphere. Like it was stuck in my head. So when I finished the game, the first thing I did was look for the soundtrack on iTunes, and it's been a permanent part of my playlist ever since.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's Hollow Knight. Man, that was pretty good. I wouldn't have guessed it, even though I've only played like a couple hours of that game. Dang it.
You're missing out.
I know, but my backlog continues to make fun of me.
Well, listen. You said you wanted to play Animal Crossing to relax and not worry about, winning. I mean, Hollow Knight's pretty much the same feeling. It's super chill. It's not very hard.
There's really no goal to it. You pretty much just living your life.
Their animals are involved. There's lots of bugs. You feel like a winner all the time. I mean, you should play that this month to get ready for Animal Crossing.
Favorite mechanic of when you die, you lose all your money. So perfect, Kevin. This is the game for you, man.
Man, and I actually have it. Oh god, that's perfect.
There you go.
Nice. So that was The White Lady, followed by Nightmare King from Hollow Knight, developed and published by Team Cherry. Awesome. Thank you, Shai. And we have our last pair of songs for this episode, submitted by Mega Louie 3.
Ooh.
Nice.
Here we go.
Well, that was lovely.
Yeah.
I got definite RPG vibes.
Yeah.
Where it was like almost the same tune twice, but way more upbeat, like a sense of conquest was made. And beyond that, I have no idea.
Yeah. You know, I wish I knew this. I should know this, but I don't.
I like the first song gave me the feeling of if Metroid was an RPG, and then the second song got rid of that. But then it made me want a Metroid RPG. So if someone can make that happen,
Oh my.
Dude, I would
let's
love
go
that.
for it.
Man, that would be dope.
The Baby Chronicles. Wait, Kevin, you really don't know it?
Wait, me?
I think I know it,
It's-
and I think I
it's-
know.
Is it the worst version of Golden Sun?
Yeah,
Really?
No.
it is a Golden Sun game. I hope.
It's
Yes.
Is it the one that we don't talk about as often?
I don't think it's Dark Dawn.
Oh,
It's two.
I thought it was.
We would not do that.
Is it
That-
two? No.
Yeah, Golden Sun, The Lost Age.
Oh man, I thought it was the worst version. I mean, excuse me, sorry. The okay version. No.
Hey.
The Lost Age is good.
The worst game of a phenomenal series is still pretty good. So there you go.
Yeah.
I'm not a great Golden Sun fan apparently because I didn't directly recognize these songs, but I did recognize the way they write songs. Like the musicality there, the instrumentation and all that. Yeah, that was very Golden Sun. If it wasn't that, I was gonna guess like other Camelot games, but yeah, So thanks for picking that. I love those the way Camelot does music. I really like it.
Yeah, no.
Nice.
I totally agree. And just to answer from Dragon, Mia is in the game, but for Lost Age, but not until later on. Yeah, you know what? Anyway, so
Yeah, so let's get into that. This is the second part. It's the second game in the series, but the first two games in the series are kind of like a single game split in half.
right.
And the second game picks up with the antagonist of the first game being your playable character, and he has his own team of 4 people who are kind of similar in roles to the team that Isaac had put together in the first game. And then eventually, spoilers of a very, very old game, but eventually the two parties actually meet up, and it becomes one of my favorite RPG battle systems, in which you have 8 characters that you can freely switch in and out of a party of 4. During the battles, you can keep like swapping them in and out. If one of your characters faints, then you can jump another one in and fill kind of the similar role, and they make that really, really interesting. I love how it plays. That's actually a lot of the strength of Golden Sun to me.
Yeah, and gosh, I cannot get enough of the Jin. You know, the way that you're able to use the Jin, and then depending on when you use them, you can get different classes in battle in the game. It's like it's very, very fluid.
Yeah. So as you equip your Pokemon, it changes your character class, which changes the spells that they can cast. So as you're using them in battle, and they have a little bit of a cooldown, so they're not active after you use the Jin in battle, it changes your character class and the spells they can cast. And all, that system is so cool.
It really is. And I don't know if this came before Final Fantasy X, because Final Fantasy X did a similar thing where you're able to switch in battle, switch characters.
Oh, this did it so much better, though.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. I mean, and like, gosh, Sonic King just mentioned that if they remastered it, it should just be one game. They shouldn't remaster it. They should remake it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just make it into a 3D thing. They -5 purchase. I will buy it.
Have you not learned from Final Fantasy VII that'll take 10 years?
Yeah, we're gonna remake Golden Sun, but we're gonna make it in 8 parts.
Yeah, but
so
it'll be- but the
each
difference-
part is a quarter of one of the games.
Yeah, but it'll be fun and good. So no,
I would play that. Yeah, we really liked the idea of having that cliffhanger in the middle, so we've added 7 cliffhangers.
Oh man.
Oh my.
Gosh, You know what?
Each game now starts with a "Here's what you missed" on Golden Sun.
Oh, goodness gracious. Man.
Nice. So that was Under the Full Moon or A Full Moon in Garo, followed by The Golden Sun Rises, both from Golden Sun The Last Age, developed by Camelot, published by Nintendo, submitted by Mega Louie 3. Thank you very much. That was amazing.
Yeah.
Very good.
All the music was great. Like,
Yes.
seriously, people killed it this time. Very, very nice.
They sure did.
And we didn't do too bad. We missed
Yeah.
the ones we should have missed. We got the ones we should have gotten, so
Nope.
I got more than 0, and that was my goal, so I'll take it.
there you go.
Very
You
good.
got
Yeah.
the Zelda one.
Yeah, Shy, I feel like you downplay yourself with these music episodes, man.
No, man, I really don't. If I listen to the past 7, I'd guess as I was listening, I missed so many. And I mean, obviously the Zelda one. Ironically, that was the last Zelda game I've ever played. So,
Wait, you did play
Oh,
Breath
wow.
of the Wild, though.
Oh.
I mean,
No.
let's not bring that up again.
That
Some
pond-
things deserve to die.
No, that pond needs to live in infamy. Infamy, I'm sorry.
the-
Oh man, well this was fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do it again soon. I do want to mention one thing to get one little piece of information back onto Animal Crossing. If you are listening to this, and you were listening to this before or on Monday, check out our Twitter at Nintendo Jump. We are giving away a copy of Animal Crossing New Horizons to somebody who comments on a post. So
Yes.
check that out. We love doing giveaways anytime we can. So yeah.
And while you're checking out our Twitter, check out the bio where we have a link to our blog.
Mhm.
which is nintendojump.blogspot.com. And while you're at that, send us an email at nintendojumppodcast@gmail.com. And while you're on Twitter, jump in our Discord and talk to us. A bunch of stuff to do. And go over on iTunes and give us a review. That'd be great too. So
5 stars only.
there's
please.
your homework. So
5 stars.
oh,
Nice. Yeah, so just another quick shout out to the developers, publishers, and composers that worked on the music we featured. And we do have a couple of answers from our question from last week,
nice.
which was, you are tasked to spend the whole week with either Dimitri, Edelgard, or Claude. Who do you choose? And do you spend it on our world or the Fire Emblem world? And Dragon said, I became a huge fan of Dimitri's character and his arc, so I have to go with him. And he would be in the Fire Emblem world, obviously. I would like to discuss battle strategies over tea time. Nice. Faroris Dragon said, I would definitely spend a week with Claude for obvious reasons. An unobvious reason would be we have similar senses of humor, so I feel he would be a fun guy to hang out with. I would also definitely do it in the Fire Emblem world to avoid having to explain to him how cars and smartphones and can openers, what they are and how they work. That would eat up a lot of time.
Very good.
Nice. Yeah, for me, honestly, I would also pick Claude. I feel like he would be fun to hang out with. I would actually take him to our world, and I would challenge him to hit things with his bow and arrow. We'll leave it at that.
What kind of things?
Bow and arrow.
You're gonna bail him
we
out
would
when
get
he's
in
arrested
trouble.
for shooting stuff.
Would you
Let me
also?
show you how bail works in our world.
Oh man.
Yeah. So Kevin?
It would not be Claude. Contrary to
Oh, wow.
my love for the Golden Deer, it would not be
Seriously?
Claude. No, it would not be Claude. It would be with Edelgard. I would like to take her to our world, and I would like to learn how to be as much of a awesome character as she has. In the bad way. I'd like to be a villain and take over the world. And
Wait, what?
No.
Your week-long vacation is literally taking over the world?
Take over the world, and maybe steal some things. Kind of like a, what do you call it? A thief, yeah. And then maybe.
Oh dear.
Oh, here we go.
No.
Thief Simulator's on sale at the eShop right now. Maybe that'll give you
It
your
is
fix
true.
and you can get over this.
Now, does it include?
There is no getting over it.
Does it include a basketball DLC? Because I would love.
All
that.
right. So, anyways, Shy Guy, who would you pick of these three characters that you don't know?
Okay, so here it is. We teach our daughter, not to hang out with strangers and people you don't know, especially in strange places. So I don't know any of these people, or I've never played this game. I couldn't tell you who they are. So I choose to hang out with none of them for my own safety. Stranger danger is real.
Especially with these three for very different reasons. Yeah, so I feel like the easy answer in the game is Claude, but he kind of irritates me constantly, so I can't do that. And then I'm looking at Edelgard versus Dimitri, and Dimitri's just kind of a downer all the time. Sorry, Dragon and Rachel, but
He is very intense.
I'm going with Edelgard. She's focused and driven, and might be a good time. Who knows? But I would definitely hang out in the Fire Emblem universe. Come on, it's awesome. Go learn how to cast a fireball. Let's do it.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's true.
Cool, and we do have one related question. I think you guys are going to like this one. Question for this week. Make up a Fire Emblem subtitle using the following format. Only this format, which is Fire Emblem the something something. Fill in the 2 words.
Okay.
Just remember, we are a family-friendly show.
We sure are.
If you choose to deviate from that, just send it to our email. We'll get a laugh out of it, but don't be offended if we don't read it on the show. Yeah, and quick plug. So next week, we are actually finally doing our Fire Emblem Game of the Month episode, which is going to be our spoiler cast, which is to say, over the course of that episode, we're going to get into some spoilers, but not till later in the episode. So you can listen to the first part. We will give you ample warning. In the meantime, over the next few days, I'm going to post a poll, kind of like we did for Shovel Knight, and ask you guys some questions, our listeners, so you'll come up in the episodes as well. But I've got a lot to talk about on this game, and we're going to have an interesting panel, so some different people, so should be fun. Should be a lot of fun, and look forward to that next week. And I think that's probably going to do it for us.
Yeah, I can't wait for next week, man. I'm gonna have my golden deer necklace, just for the whole time. I'm gonna be wearing your pride, and hopefully finishing Ashen Wolves, because it's pretty tough right now. It's a really tough game. On hard.
Nice.
Very nice.
Thank you for listening, everyone. We're going to jump out of here, but you can keep the discussion going by chatting with us on our Discord group. The description for this episode has a link to our Discord if you would like to join. We are also on Twitter and on Instagram as Nintendo Jump, and we also have a Facebook group. Please send us any feedback that you have at NintendoJumpPodcast@gmail.com. The best way to support the show is through our Patreon page, which is patreon.com/NintendoJump, or by leaving a review for the show in your favorite podcast application. We would really appreciate it. This is Sergio, and on behalf of Daryl, Kevin, and Shai, thanks for listening. We hope you have a great week. Bye-bye.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye-bye.